Reddit popping nearly 50% in its first day of trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Some of the investors taking part in that company's public debut had close ties to the site. Reddit actually offered 8% of its shares to a select group of users and moderators in a direct share program. However, not everyone in that group took part in that IPO. One member of the Reddit community who did not joins us right now. Courtnie Swearingen. She's been a Reddit moderator for 13 years and currently moderates multiple subreddits alongside her day job as an attorney. And Courtnie, thanks a lot for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
I'm not sure everyone knows. We've talked a lot about it recently, but I'm not sure our entire audience knows how this relationship works. You're a moderator, which means you spend a lot of time going through moderating discussions on some of these issues. You're volunteering that time. You're not getting paid, and you've been doing this for 13 years. I guess the question is why?
Correct. Yeah. Why is because of the community. So I love Reddit because I've been able to create a community of friends. When I first started moderating, I used to know users by their first name and sometimes their last name. And we were able to connect and grow a real community of people that you knew you could rely on and you could trust and you had friends. I've met some of them in real life now. I can honestly say that I have internet friends that I have met in real life and they've been my friends for a while. And some of them I've never met in person, but I know they'd be there for me at the drop of a hat if I needed them. So I continue to do it mostly because I really like the community that I've built and the friendships that I have.
Why did you decide not to opt in when the company offered you the opportunity to buy in at the IPO?
I have to be honest about that. So I didn't buy in because I have had this relationship with Reddit for so long that I can't really trust them. For me, it was a matter of I can't risk money on something that I just can't trust. I can't rely on it. We have a kind of fraught relationship with the admins, with who are the actual employees of Reddit over the years. Not all of us, not every moderator has that kind of relationship, but those of us who have been around quite a while do. And for me personally, it's just something that, as much as I love the community that I built, I love Reddit for what the volunteers have done, the moderators and the users, not what the admins have done. So it's just something that I just don't trust it.
It's such a strange relationship to think of moderators who are so important to the company and who, by the way, have held a lot of sway. You were involved with the 2015 revolt, where some of the Reddit subreddits went dark because they were so unhappy with what was happening at the company. I mean, it's hard for investors to kind of understand that. This is something you've spent 13 years. I would guess you spend a lot of time practically every day working on this community, and yet you don't have a great relationship. How do you see that playing out? Have things gotten better over the years?
They have, to an extent. After 2015, there definitely was a rocky couple of years in there for that relationship. But we did kind of grow a little bit closer after that with the admins. They did fly us out to San Francisco, a small group of us, to meet and talk about, our needs as moderators and the tools that we needed and the help that we really needed from them. And that helped a little bit. But we've gotten better, but it's not a lot better, at least not for those of us who have been doing it this long.
I mean, there's 74,000 moderators, at least, for a community that's got 73 million average daily active unique users. That's a huge, huge community. It's a huge number of moderators. What do you think about the company's moves to say, OK, we are going to have to try and find some ways to turn a profit? Because 19 years of Reddit, the company hasn't been profitable.
Yeah, that's kind of what surprises me about the IPO is that they've never been profitable. So I just don't understand how that's going to work. But for the I just completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, so for moderators, I think it's just they've done a lot of updates lately to the website. We've been calling it the Reddit redesign for I don't know how long now. And they've made a lot of tools and made a lot of things better. And we're definitely grateful for that because it has made our job as moderators easier.
Okay.
But part of the frustration for me and a lot of moderators who have been around like me, is that most of that came when it sounded like they were starting to think about an IPO. So it wasn't that they were doing it because the people whose labor is building this site needed it. It felt like they were doing it because they wanted to make the money to make the IPO happen.
Well, to be fair, those tools probably cost money. It's hard to invest money if you don't think you're going to get money back on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is a business transaction at the end of the day. There's just a little bit of, because Reddit felt like a community when it first started, and that's kind of how those of us who've been around a long time feel about it. It's really difficult to kind of juxtapose that with not getting the help that we need as moderators, simply because we don't know why. So we understand kind of the tenuous relationship between those two things,
sure.
But it's hard to help grow the site if we don't have the tools we need to do the job.
Courtnie, we've got to run, but I'm guessing you're not going anywhere. Unhappy or not, this has been so much of your life for 13 years. I would guess you're in this for the long haul.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. I love Reddit. I am so grateful for the opportunities it's given me. I mean, I get to be here with you today. I really do love it. I love it. I love the community I built. I love the time I spend on it. My relationship with the admins is not the greatest, but at the end of the day, I still love what I've gotten from Reddit. And so I will be around for a while.